Hello and welcome back to the Trainers of the World Tournament. I'm your host DeltaTDS, and today we've got the Hoenn Gym Leader Brawly going up against the Matron Argenta. Back in round 1, Argenta took out Shieldbert, one of the two annoying characters from Sword and Shield. And here she is with that very unique Scyther and Azelf. But we haven't seen anything from Brawly. He's got the Mega Metacham on his team, as Argenta, we've seen, has the Mega Metagross, I believe. I mean, that's the only one that makes sense over there. But once these trainers are ready, we can begin match number 85 and see who will go on to round 3 to take on Agatha. Brawly's leading off with that Scrafty, Argenta leading off with that Scyther, Scrafty getting that Intimidate off on Scyther. Scyther's obviously running that Eviolite, making it a faster, I believe bulkier Pokemon than Scizor, or at least just about. Scyther going up for Swords Dance, Scrafty going for Bulk Up. Aerial Ace gonna deal 83% to Scrafty. Ice Punch dealing it about 2/3 to Scyther. These two are trading very strong hits, but Scyther does take out that Scrafty. Aerial Ace isn't a move we've seen a lot of in the tournament, but it is very useful for its always gonna hit. Brawly sitting out that Metacham and Mega Evolver. Fake Out gonna do a quarter to that Scyther. Quite a lot of damage thanks to that huge power ability. Sure, it's dealing 2/3 to Metacham as Ice Punch finishes off that Scyther. It's currently 5v5 right now. Argenta sending out that Dragonite. Ice Punch through that multi-scale is going to do 87% as Dragonite sets up that Dragon Dance. Aerial Ace, another Aerial Ace is going to take out that Metacham. Argenta not risking any moves missing. Brawly with that Mienshao is going to take out Dragonite. Argenta sitting out that Metagross. Very strong, very terrifying Pokemon. Zen Headbutt's gonna take out that Mienshao. This Metagross has a base stat total higher than most legendaries. Which now I'm thinking about it, why isn't it lowered in level? Brawly being taken down to the Sash and able to get that Spore on that Metagross. Putting it to sleep. Gonna make it useless for a couple turns unless it wakes up turn 1. Which we've seen happen with Frozen. Brawly sitting out the Machamp. Metagross still snoozing away. Fire Punch gonna deal 2/3 to that Metagross. Metagross waking up, Sin Headbutt does take out that Machamp. Brawly's down to 2 Pokemon right now. He sends that Breloom back out. Mach Punch gonna deal 18% as a crit Sin Headbutt just to put salt in the wound takes out that Breloom. And Hariyama's last Pokemon for Brawly. Immediately falls to that Zen Headbutt, not even a crit. Argenta, with 4 Pokemon left, takes game 1. I mean, we haven't seen anything from Argenta's Licky Licky, Azelf, or Torterra. And even with Metagross, we've only seen 1 move. As for Brawly, we haven't seen anything from Hariyama. Barely anything from Mienshao, Machamp, but everything else we've seen 2 or more moves. But we are back for game number 2. That Metagross is definitely the biggest threat to Brawly here. That and the Aerial Aces. And maybe that Azelf as well. But once these trainers are ready, we can begin game 2 and see if Argenta takes another 2-0 lead. Brawly leading off with that Machamp. Argenta leading off with that Azelf here. Azelf go for the trick. Putting the Flame Orb on Machamp as Azelf gets a Choice Band. I don't know if that was the best decision for Azelf. But Stone Edge almost takes out that Azelf. Sin Headbutt does take out the Machamp. But it switches out to the Torterra, saving that Azelf for later. Keeping the baby alive. Mienshao going for a U-turn, getting out of there safely. Into the Hariyama, as Earthquake deals about 50% to that Hariyama. Whoever moves first here most likely takes out the other. While Torterra going for rest. Hariyama going for rest, but using a Chesto Berry. Interesting that Torterra doesn't ring up yet. Go for a Sleep Talk, getting the Earthquake. As Hariyama sets up that bulk up. Go for another bulk up here. Sarah trying to use Sleep Talk, but it's not asleep. Gonna go for Earthquake, dealing a quarter to Hariyama, thanks to those defense boosts. I believe rests puts Pokemon asleep for a guaranteed 2 turns, so Hariyama should be waking up here. Revenge gonna take out that Torterra. Argenta sending out that Azelf here. Sin Headbutt does take out the Hariyama. Brawly sending out that Mienshao, having been fully healed up thanks to that Regenerator ability. Argenta is still preserving that Azelf. Sending out the Scyther to take that Fake out. Mienshao going for Poison Jab, dealing 37% to that Scyther. Aerial Ace does take out that Mienshao. No more turning out of there. This thing is staying in its ball now. Scrafty getting the Intimidate off. We saw this at the beginning of the last game. Aerial Ace gonna do 50% to Scrafty. Ice Punch leaves Scrafty on 1%. Hanging on for dear life. Aerial Ace takes Scrafty down to 4% as Scrafty goes for a Drain Punch. Getting just barely any health back. Sending out the Azelf here. Return's gonna take out that Scrafty. And Breloom is sent out here. We know that this thing has a Focus Sash. Into that Metagross. Then Headbutt, not even Mega Evolving. As Breloom goes for that score, putting Metagross to sleep once more. Switching out to the Dragonite, as Breloom goes for Focus Punch. Interesting move we haven't really seen in this tournament. Dragonite going for Dragon Dance, Breloom go for Stone Edge, but missing, unfortunately. Aerial Ace gonna land. Gonna get poisoned from that effect spore, but the Lumberry does save it. Once again, another clutch Lumberry. Taking on another Dragonite too. Which is crazy. Brawly's left with that Medicham. Gonna go for that fake out, dealing a quarter to Dragonite. Aerial Ace does take out the Medicham. And still with 4 Pokemon remaining, Argenta takes game number 2. Argenta probably definitely up there with one of the most consistent wins with 4 Pokemon left. But will be going on to round 3, where she will be going up against the escapee from the retirement home, Agatha. Join us Monday, where we will be seeing the Pokemon trainer Trace going up against another Pokemon trainer, Ryuki. Thank you so much for watching, and until then, take care.